This Friday, October 23rd, activists around the region and the country plan a day of action designed to put pressure on Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway, owners of Pacific Corp, as well as other stakeholders and politicians regarding the removal of the Klamath dams. Dam removal was slated to be underway by 2020, but a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission finding this July threw that process into disarray by demanding that Pacific Corp, who own and operate the 4 Klamath dams, remain a co-licensee and thus liable for any potential legal ramifications that arise during the removal of the dams. Pacific Corp has balked at this continued liability. KFUG Community Radio spoke with local activist and Klamath Glen resident Chrystal Helton about what Friday's Day of Action will look like in Klamath and how you can get involved.
Anything that we do to the natural world, we do to ourselves. I mean, if I have to get into the really basic reasons why, I'm looking out for myself because I'm looking out for everything else, and that's kind of, how I think and how I approach life. So there's that. Also, this is, over a decade, almost 20 years now, of trying to figure out and finagle a way to get these dams off the river. They have, created havoc for not just the fish, but all kinds of different species within the ecosystem, as well as us. And we need those dams down. This was supposed to be the year they were supposed to come down. There was a however many decade-long process of all of these entities and stakeholders coming together to make this agreement. Pacific Corp thought they were going to be off the hook, and left the management of the dismantling of the dams to a nonprofit. And the federal government 3 months ago came back and said, no, I'm sorry, you're not off the hook, actually. And so it's really important for me to hold those corporations accountable. We see this. I mean, if there's any entity that's, I don't want to get into a philosophical discussion, but corporations have deeply impacted the health of all of us, and including our earth and natural world, our ecosystems. And at some point, we need to start holding them accountable. They often, are able to get out of lawsuits and keep doing kind of the dirty work that they do by using the law against us. They, a lot of them can figure out how to use their legal human status as a way to continue to do what they're doing. And Friday, Klamath, we're saying no. Actually, we're paying attention to who holds the power with the money, and we're paying attention to what you do with your power. Are you responsible with your power, or are you going to continue to be negligent? So, I mean, this isn't up for debate whether we should undam it or not. That's over. Delaware County still hasn't even put out an official stance on dam removal. And, obviously in Klamath, we're like trying to figure out, okay, so where are the connections between them and Siskiyou County and some of those ranchers? Because that's our immediate reaction is, how is Delaware County benefiting from not taking a stance on this? And so we want to call out in Klamath. We're just going to do kind of like a banner bomb, I'm calling it, on the fence along the Highway 101. We're not next to or near any major stakeholders besides the tribe, and we want to respect them in hopes that they are doing their job and diligence in holding them accountable legally. And so our job as the people is to say, wait, yes, the federal government has responsibility. Yes, tribes have responsibility. But you know what? So do these corporations who have made billions of dollars off of polluting this river. So that's what we're doing. We want to put as many banners up as we can with messages from families in Klamath saying, this is why I care about my river. This is what we want to say to these corporations. We want to tell them why we love our river and what we need from them. So really Friday is about giving voice to the river, but it's also giving voice to our community. And not that they haven't heard it before. I mean, these guys, Warren Buffett, Pacific Corp, have been on our river multiple times throughout the years, and they understand what's at stake. And we're 3 months in now since FERC made their decision, and it's time to put some pressure on these corporations to be responsible corporations.
So is this the banner bomb just open for residents of Klamath, or can other people be involved?
Oh, anybody who wants to come banner bomb. I mean, I don't like the word bomb, but that's what we're doing. My vision is that we'd fill that whole stinking fence up. My vision is we'd fill that whole half mile up and make it really loud and clear what our messages are to Warren Buffett, to PacifiCorp, to the Gates Foundation, to Governor Newsom, to Governor Kate Brown, and to the feds. And the tribes as well. It's also a way for us to get reengaged. Quite a few of us, in the community, we sat back and yes, the dams are going to come out, and we trust that everyone who is part of this process is doing it. And then in July, we were hit with the FERC decision, and okay, now we're back to where we were how many years ago? Pleading with these corporations to be responsible corporations. And so anyone who has a message for PacifiCorp, anybody that's involved in the decision-making of removing these dams immediately is welcome to either put a banner up themselves somewhere. It doesn't have to be in Klamath. I mean, obviously, we're doing kind of like a giant one in Klamath, but we're also doing a virtual rally, and that's just as powerful and can be shared. Make a banner or a shirt or a poster or something, or just make a video and talk about why the Klamath is important to you. Obviously, we need to keep repeating the same things to these guys because they're not listening to us.
So what are the details about the virtual rally?
The virtual rally, honestly, is just all day long through any social media we can. I'm only on Facebook, so that's all I use, but I know people who are, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. That's about all the social media I know about. If there's more, I'm not sure. But we just want to flood it. And every time we hashtag those corporations and those individuals and foundations, we are hopefully pressuring them to take some action.
Okay, so on the 23rd...
So this yes, on the 23rd. So the virtual rallies start, we are asking anybody and everybody to share as much. If you don't want to post something, at least share something. Those hashtags are important. Hashtag UnDam the Klamath, hashtag Warren Buffett, hashtag PacifiCorp, hashtag Governor Newsom. I could go on. So did I answer your question?
No, the question was, okay, so and that's just anybody just kind of willy-nilly on social media, hashtag, share, kind of coming at it from all directions. But what about in
all directions?
In Klamath for the banner bomb, do you have a start time? Do you have a time where things are going up?
No, I'm probably going to go down there around, because I didn't want to bring everybody together. We didn't want to do because of COVID and because the rest really technically
closed,
it's wishy-washy. I don't know if we're still closed or not. So, if you want to hang up a banner Friday afternoon, I'll be down there probably sometime after lunch. I'd like to get it done by 5. At 3:30 p.m. is a time that's tentative for other actions happening across the country in, D.C., Sacramento, San Diego, Seattle, Portland, and of course Omaha. So at 3:30, what I'll do is just probably start taking a video of whoever's working there. But if you want to come down and hang up a banner, awesome. If you want to drop a banner with me to hang, I can totally do that. I'm collecting banners from people who have young kids who don't want to be on the side of the highway putting up banners. If like I said, if you want to just hang them on your fence at your house, do that too. Take a picture of it and upload it on social media on Friday.
All right. Do you want to share any contact information if people want to get you a banner?
Sure. Probably it's best to just find me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the safest way for me, and without giving out. So Chrystal's Helton, Chrystal and Helton, and there's a picture of me and my dad.
That's right,
baby.
And that's how I get a hold of you every time too, Chrystal. Thank you for talking with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Paul. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Hope you guys can put a banner up or share some of our stuff Friday.
Definitely. We will be on top of it. Thanks, Chrystal.
Thank you.
This Friday's Day of Action is part of a week-long Mobilizing Water Justice Week of Action organized by Save California Salmon, Humboldt State University, and the Klamath Justice Coalition. For more information, visit californiasalmon.org or call Regina Chichizola at Save California Salmon, 541-951-0126. For KFUG Community Radio, I'm Paul Kritz.